What's up? What's up? How are we? Why do I feel like the light is awkwardly placed on me? Yeah, fuck this shit. Alright. I know, guys, that I put you through a lot. Neither the volume nor the lighting, all that shit, basically. It's just not, it's not really up to par with whatever the world has to offer. But still, I'm here. Today it's a video. And today's script is alignment and a previous video about timelines. So conceptually, uh, one of the one of the things I might actually return to is the fact that you are the center of your own universe. I'm not sure I want to dive into the details of we are the universe experiencing itself and how we basically us going somewhere is practically the same as somewhere coming to us. We have grown a certain attachment to our physical existence that we have initiated stability in this way. Like because we're a lot more movable than the tree, so I think we kind of like gave the tree a fixed position. But if we are looking at it from a different perspective or a different plane of approach, like your center, your core is for me because like I feel the experience is basically the energy that connects me to life is different than the energy that I actually basically consume and process and like exercise. And so that comes from like a certain, so I keep doing here because I feel for some reason the rib cage is kind of like that small spot where that's why you feel when you swell, when you're kind of like your heart opens, your entire kind of chest goes. And I think that we're correlating directly with the heart, but I think that's basically the core of our energy. Uh, so like in a way that is more stable on within our universe. That's we are the center of our universe because we see everything from our perspective, from us, and everything. Uh, what we're doing is we're being the engines of whatever energy that comes. It's like you kind of like can generate the energy. You can like push the energy up or kind of hold it down. Now, interesting enough, like this is the node, right? But alignment and a previous video about like timelines. And about 5 videos ago, or like 12, 20 videos ago, I did a video about love and how you basically like you experience love through you yourself kind of like giving it. And somebody commented on the fact that love actually flows through us. We just either let it flow and we allow it to kind of like grow on its own, or we restrict it by being egotistical. So it is that back and forth that you do between like you kind of understand something or you figure something out or you accept something or you just kind of like ease into something, but a part of you wants to still exist in a certain like that's the egocentric part that's kind of like existing in this in a more solidified state, I guess, or a state that's tangible or easily explainable. I don't know how to explain your physical structure, right? Like there are these limitations. There are these like the contours of your face and basically the concepts behind like walking somewhere is basically us kind of like stepping on top of like that step is the forward. But that's my body going there. In truth, my experience is something was far and it came close to me. So centralizing our universal approach to our existence being fundamentally whatever we want we don't really go to it. We kind of establish ourselves in a way where it comes to us. And that still works, right? Because, like, I want the tree to come to me. So effectively, my body kind of has to be moving, but moving in the direction of the tree. Because if I move, movement alone without like the purpose of kind of like going towards the tree would make me move, but like the tree technically becomes farther away from me if I'm going in a different direction. So, so based on that, I did a video once on how time as well kind of flows through us. And in fact, just like if we consider time as energy, maybe it's the closest unit of measurement that we could actually have that connects us to this world, correct? That allows us to that gives some gravity to grounding. I don't know if I want to say grounding, but I think that that grounds us to our ego because the ego is how the ego is built based on our interaction with the world that we're looking at. And so effectively timelines are okay, so like the video on timelines is a video where I mentioned the past and the future are one and the same. The past has happened and the future has happened. The only difference is we have a relationship with the past because it kind of like it came and then it flew through us and passed. But the actual like past, but the actual future is kind of like it happened, but it happened without us until it comes to us, then it happens with us, and then basically like it kind of becomes the past as well. So going back to a series called True Detective, there was a, it was a it's an interesting basically series. But the one person in it says time is a flat circle, and the idea is like there is no moving forward or backwards in time. Is there is kind of like you kind of are where time goes, and I think that basically has a base in reincarnation. Like you don't really reincarnate, specifically, and if you're gonna reincarnate, there's no set rule that says you're gonna reincarnate after the years that have passed. You can just reincarnate in a different era in the world. Who the fuck knows? But so alignment specifically is when you're kind of like standing and whatever the future that you're considering is is what you are building onto yourself for it to happen. So naturally, if I'm hanging out with friends, for example, that are always drinking, I'm I'm pushing the future or I'm pushing a point in time where I am sober further away. And that's like a simple thing. I if I want a point in time where I am a CEO and all I'm doing is basically stuff that are not decision based, then I'm practically not really aligning with that point in time. I don't want to call it future anymore. I think point in time. And effectively, the 6th of June basically, last year, is when I got the first person that kind of goes like, "Here, man, I'm gonna give you some money for you to work on your project." And maybe that gave me a different kind outlook on how I got there, maybe, or maybe that's just me reflecting on what did I do for that to have become a part of my future, to have become present. And but it's funny because again, everything is fucking funny. Like what happens is like you're aligning for a point in time to happen, but when that point in time happens, ultimately it comes with it's going to attract different points in time. And then whatever you were that aligns with it has to refine itself in order for other points to kind of like start existing. And especially if the point in time you align to is a point that requires some change. And the last thing you would want to do is reach there and not change, because effectively you're at that point in time, but that's basically it. You're not going to another point. And so as we change and as we adjust and as we like shift, I guess, our attention and intention to the different things within our environment that contribute to the existence that we want, that's us aligning with our true selves that brings it closer to us. Hmm. We're really always in a state of flow. And maybe that's why they say when you kind of like in a state of, if you want to kind of, if you want to enter a state of flow, the first thing you do is let go. Because the truth and the honest intention that you have inside of you prevails over your ideas and thoughts and basically the ego part that looks at it, giving it freedom to completely explore itself through you. It's a video, man. After all this time, I'm reminded of this stuff, which means I'm still not there. Love you guys.